Scientific Study of RIG VEDA, Class 30. Today we are going through the next Mandras, that is in Mandal-1, Chapter-1, Anuvak-1 and Sooktha is 2. From 1 to 2 Mandras, 1 to 3 Mandras, we have already seen the Devata Vayu. Now, in Mandras 4 to 6, they are going to say something about another Devata or another thing, another Devata. No, now let us go through that Sooktha, that mantra and see what is that Devata.
ഋഗ്വേദം മണ്ഡലം 1 സൂക്തം 2-4 ദേവത ഇന്ദ്രനും വായുവും ഋഷിമത് ഛന്ദസ് ഗായത്രി.
Here the Devata is Indra and Vayu. Vayu means gas. That we have already seen in the first 3 mantras. Now let us go to see what is Indra. Now let us think about cooking some food, say rice. We know how to cook food, but knowledge is not sufficient to make it food. Because material, we know the materials required for cooking food, we know how to cook it, but to prepare food, this knowledge only is not enough. In the same way, if I am an engineer, electronics engineer, I know how to make the TV or radio. That is not enough. For convert this knowledge into the product, we require, in addition to science, technology, we require management. That means we want fund. We should arrange a fund to purchase this material and facility. Then that is accounts department is there. We want purchase department to purchase these materials. We want planning department to make arrangement for the manpower required, suitable manpower required. Then facilities required. In addition to that, in each department there should be suitable person to control these activities. And overall control also is required. There should be an MD or anything like that. In cooking food also, we should go and purchase. For that, money is required. Somebody should clean the rice, and there should be one cook to coordinate these activities. So, science itself will not, or knowledge of cooking food itself will not give the result. For that, a management function is required. Management means coordinating these activities. That is a coordinating force. For example, if we want to construct a building, first there are certain essential things. We know how to build a residential building, but that is not enough. First we should prepare the plan. This plan should be based on some science. There is some science. Based on that science, only we can produce this plan. Plan decide when to start and when to finish. For that we should know what materials we are using. For example, if we want to fix it to bricks or to produce some concrete, sufficient time is required to become it strong. Then only we can continue the other operation. So that time period is depending on the chemical reaction that is taking place inside that mortar. So science is required. How strength is required for this beam, etc. That is to be calculated. So science is required. That is architectural engineering. And a proper plan is to be made. Then that plan and science is the driving force which control this activity. For example, in the case of construction of building, this engineer or the mason or the laborer or the carpenter, everyone should follow what is mentioned in this plan. As per plan, things will go. They will follow this plan. So the plan is a driving force, and plan is made based on science. So based on that science and based on that plan, there comes out a driving force which forces these persons who involved in this creation production activity, construction activity. This driving force is driving them to do such and such things at the right time. For example, if a pillar is made, sufficient time as per science is to be given to become strong. Thereafter we can come, thereafter it may require 10 days, 15 days, 25 days, etc. Thereafter further operation is possible. So that it depends on science. How much cement, that sand and water is to be mixed, that everything is depend on science. Then it will give the required strength to the building. So a plan and a science, from these two comes out a driving force which control the further action in the creation of, in the construction of this building. So a driving force is there. This is invisible. And in the case of creation of this universe also, there is a plan how to complete this creation activity. That plan is called a Paramatma. So this creation takes place in different stages. That is, in the first stage, this universe is created. Then thereafter, development on the earth is taking place with the support of human beings. So they created human beings at the right time and involve these human beings to do such and such work as per plan. That Paramatma, and the progress is taking place on the earth's surface, and that is taking place in 4 yuga, Treta Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, and at the end a beautiful earth is formed. there stops the complete creation activity of this universe. So there is a driving, there is a plan, and plan is based on science, because this creation of universe is based on science. First energy is formed, energy converted to small particles, fundamental particles, then they combine to form atom, atom combine to molecules, and so on. And likewise this process is continuing. So this is 100% science. But science as such cannot do such things. So management function also is there, politics is there, everything is there. Those that is Veda, knowledge. So based on what knowledge, Veda or science, a plan is formed first, that is Paramatma. And this for science, and that plan is forcing every thereafter in every actions to follow as per schedule. That is scheduled in several stages, that is classified as 10 avadas, incarnations. Through 10 incarnations, this universe was created, and this universe was first created, and thereafter through 4 stages, Hridayika, Tridayika, Dwaparika, Kaliyuga, that also is included in the 10 incarnations. Through this, the final stages reaches at the end of Kaliyuga. So a beautiful world is going to form at the end of this Kaliyuga. That is based on this plan and this science. And there should be a coordinator in all these activities, and that coordinator is called INDRA. So a number of things are taking place. So a coordinator is required. What is this coordinating force? That is coming out from the plan and from the science. For example, if we put fire on a wood, it will burn. Why? Oxygen combined with the carbon material to form carbon dioxide and so on. There is a chemical reaction. Burning is a chemical reaction. So based on this chemical reaction, burning is taking place. But there is a chemical reaction. There also some force is required to control this activity. That force is coming out from the science. That carbon combines with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. That is the chemistry behind it. That chemistry forces this oxygen and carbon on the wood with the support of Agni to burn. That chemistry is forcing to combine oxygen to combine with the carbon to form carbon dioxide. So a driving force is coming out from this science, and at the same time there is a plan also. How much time it is required, that depends on the plan. For burning such paper, a definite time is required. Petrol will burn quickly, wood will burn slowly. There is a schedule. So that is a plan. So, for example, if we want to fix it bricks using cement mortar, sufficient time is to be given. Then only gradually it will become strong. Internal changes take place at a definite period. That is why after concreting, we are keeping it for several days. A definite period is required. During that scheduled period, that chemical reactions is taking place inside the material, concrete. Then only it will become hard. So there is a schedule, a plan is there, and along with that there is a chemistry is also is there, a science also is there, Veda is there, a plan is there, Paramatma is there. So based on this plan, Paramatma and this science, Veda, from this a force coming out, and this controls the activity. So from starting from Brahman, in the creation process, there is a plan and there is a science, that is Veda, and this forces, there comes out a force, driving force to create this universe through different stages. First it creates the universe, thereafter through by creating human beings, through these human beings and through 4 yugas, it completes the work. Likewise, it is scheduled. So science is based on this, everything is taking place based on this process, is based on science. So this science and the plan, from this came out a driving force or a coordinating force. That force is Indra, and Indra is coordinating all these activities. So as per schedule, they created us to do some work. To do some work, we should eat. So we should cook food. That is a part of this creation process, universal creation process. So while cooking food, we are giving rice, water, etc. in the pot and kept under water, kept above fire. Then a chemical reaction is taking place inside this pot. Rice, it is hard. The material structure is to be changed. Some bonds are to be broken. It is to be dismantled, and with the help of water, some chemical changes take place, structural changes take place, and it will result in the final product, food. So to coordinate that activity, a force is acting. That force is coming out from this. There is a science. If we put the water and rice in a pot and it heat it, some structural changes, that is science. Then there is a schedule also. To cook food, a proper time is to be required. We should give so much temperature for a sufficient time, then only it will become. So a schedule is there, a plan also. There also is a small plan and a small science. From this small science and plan, a force is coming out to control this activity. So there also comes this Indra. Because why this food is preparing? Because that is essential for our health. Without food we cannot live. So to complete our work that is related with this creation of this universe, we should eat food, then only we will do work. So everything is there, there in the plan, in the Paramatma. While we are starting any factory, there should be canteen there. So laborers should give food, then only they will work. So canteen is also a part of that project. Likewise, in the creation process, preparing food, preparing clothes, everything is in the plan. Without food and without a dress, how we can work? Very difficult. So every activity is included in this plan. That is Paramatma. And this is, everything is based on science also. So this plant give forces, and this science forces, a force come out from it to coordinate all the activities that is taking place in this creation of this universe. And that driving force, coordinating force is called the Indra. So what all thing that is taking place in this universe, there is Indra. With the Indra is the supervisor of that, or mason of that, or engineer of that activity. He is coordinating this activity. But that force is coming on from the science, and as per plan, it will not deviate from it. That all things are going to explain through this mantra 4, 5 and 6 that we can see in the next class. So Indra is the coordinating force. What all things that are taking place, whether it is a minor thing or small thing or anything like that, in our body also a number of things are taking place. Chemical reactions are taking place. These are taking place based on science. There is a schedule also. Our growth is also taking place based on some schedule. Based on that schedule and based on that science, there are some actions are taking place in our body. There also, from this science and the plan, scheduled plan, a force is acting there to take certain some actions in our body. While we eat, the food is going to digest, and this will use for our growth. So at the digestive stage, a force is forcing to take such chemical reactions, because management function, a controlling force is required. Science will not, as such, will not give any product. That is why management and engineering and management, in every organization there is engineering, science is there, but management also is there. In our kitchen also, the cook knows what all things are to be prepared, how to prepare. Everything is he knows, but that is not enough. He should coordinate the activity. Likewise, wherever any things are happening based on science and some procedure or plan, from there came out, from this science and this plan came out a force which forces these things to happen in such and such a way to get the final result. That force is called Indra. So Indra is there for our hand. Based on this knowledge, we can go to the mantras 4, 5 and 6 in the next class.